Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of the most dangerous jobs. We're talking about the professions where folks punch a clock, knowing full well they might not punch out. These are the jobs where people put their lives on the line every single day, all for a paycheck and to provide for their families. The work these people do is essential and often invisible, and today we're going to shine some light on it and give you a glimpse into what makes these jobs so important and so unbelievably risky. So buckle up and get ready to meet some of the toughest men and women on the planet. And be sure to stick around to the very end, where we'll reveal the job that's statistically the most dangerous of them all. Trust me, it might surprise you. We're starting off with a job that's about as far away from a desk job as you can get. Deep sea fishing. This is not your typical 9 to 5. It's a life of adventure and peril. I'm talking about those guys and gals who brave treacherous seas, hurricane-force winds, and weeks, sometimes months away from home, all to haul in your fish and chips. They face the elements head-on, with nothing but their skills and courage to rely on. Imagine being stuck on a tiny boat, hundreds of miles from shore, with waves the size of buildings crashing over the deck. The sheer force of nature is relentless and there's no escape. It's not just the water that's trying to kill you either. The sea is unforgiving, and every moment is a battle for survival. You're working with heavy machinery that could crush you, rigging that could snap and take you overboard, and let's not forget the hypothermia, always waiting to set in. The risks are everywhere, and vigilance is key. One wrong step, one slip up, and it's all over. The margin for error is razor thin, and the consequences are dire. But these guys, they don't complain. They face each day with determination and grit. They just bundle up, say a prayer, and get the job done. Their resilience is nothing short of remarkable. Why? Because people got to eat, that's why. The demand for fresh seafood never stops. And somebody's got to bring in the catch. It's a responsibility they take seriously. It's a dirty job, it's a dangerous job, but it's an honest job, and somebody's got to do it. These brave souls ensure that the world's tables are never empty. From the high seas to the deep woods, our next dangerous job takes us into the world of logging. These are the folks responsible for the wood we use to build our homes, furniture, really anything made of lumber. It all starts with a logger. Now you might think, what's so dangerous about cutting down a tree? Well, for starters, those trees can weigh tons. And if they don't come down exactly the way you want them to, let me tell you, you've got a serious problem on your hands. And we haven't even talked about the equipment yet. Chainsaws, skidders, feller bunchers. These things are basically giant, mechanized dinosaurs with spinning blades and grappling hooks. Add in the fact that loggers often work in remote locations, miles from help, and a small mistake can turn deadly real fast. But like the fishermen, these guys and gals are tough, resourceful, and they get the job done. Rain or shine, blizzard or heat wave, they're out there keeping the lumber industry going and our homes standing. Their work is not just a job, it's a lifeline for many industries. Without them, the supply chain would crumble, affecting countless lives and businesses. So next time you see a piece of furniture or a wooden structure, remember the brave loggers who made it possible. Let's face it, everybody needs a roof over their head, but have you ever stopped to think about the folks who put it there? The ones who brave the heights and the elements to ensure we stay dry and safe. Roofers spend their days, and sometimes their nights, perched precariously on top of buildings, navigating steep slopes and narrow ridges. They battle not just gravity, but scorching heat, howling winds, and whatever else Mother Nature decides to throw at them. From the blistering sun to the biting cold, they face it all. A little rain never stopped a roofer, and neither does a lot of it. They press on, rain or shine, but it's more than just a little rain that makes this job so dangerous. It's the constant risk of slipping, tripping, or worse. One misstep, one loose shingle, and it's a long way down. The margin for error is razor thin, and it's not just the falls that'll get you. There are countless other hazards. Power lines, nail guns, even a stiff breeze can turn a routine roofing job into a trip to the ER. The dangers are ever present, but these guys, they walk that narrow ridge every day, literally. Their balance and bravery are unmatched. They're the unsung heroes of construction, braving the elements and defying gravity to keep our homes and businesses dry. Without them, our shelters wouldn't stand a chance. Our next stop takes us deep underground to the world of miners. These are the folks who extract the coal, gold, diamonds, and other raw materials that fuel our world. Now, being a mile underground is inherently dangerous. You're talking about the constant threat of cave-ins, toxic gases, and explosions. Add to that the heavy machinery, the darkness, and the isolation, and you've got a recipe for disaster. Miners are a different breed. They work in conditions that would send most folks running for the surface. They're the definition of grit, determination, and facing your fears head-on every single day. They work in the dark so we can have light. They work in cramped, dangerous conditions so we can enjoy the comforts of modern life. We've all driven past a construction site and thought about how dangerous it looks with all the cranes and scaffolding and guys in hard hats walking around like it's nothing. Well, those guys are construction workers, and their job is a lot more dangerous than it looks. I'm talking about working at dizzying heights, operating heavy machinery, and dealing with constantly changing work environments. One minute you're up on a skyscraper, the next you're down in a trench, and the next you're dodging traffic. And don't even get me started on the weather. Rain, sleet, snow, these men and women work through it all because the world doesn't stop for a little bad weather. It's a tough job, it's a dangerous job, but it's also incredibly rewarding. These are the folks who build our roads, our bridges, our schools, our hospitals. They literally build the world around us. You ever been annoyed by a power outage? Well, be thankful for the folks who string up those power lines, because without them, we'd all be sitting in the dark. Electrical power line installers, they're the ones who climb those towering transmission towers, often hundreds of feet in the air, to make sure the lights stay on. And let me tell you, working with high voltage electricity is not for the faint of heart. One wrong move, one frayed wire, and it's lights out, literally. But these folks, they're like modern-day electricians, braving heights, electricity, and the elements to keep our homes and businesses powered up. Ever flown in an airplane? Well, somebody has to fly that thing, and it's not as easy as it looks. Commercial pilots spend hundreds of hours in the air, responsible for the safety of hundreds of passengers. It's a high-pressure job that requires nerves of steel and split-second decision-making. From mechanical failures to sudden storms, pilots face a constant barrage of challenges, all while hurtling through the air at hundreds of miles per hour. It's a job that demands constant vigilance, unwavering focus, and the ability to stay calm under pressure, because when you're responsible for that many lives, there's no room for error. We all know the phrase protect and serve, but it takes on a whole new meaning when you're talking about the men and women of law enforcement. Police officers put their lives on the line every day to keep our communities safe. They respond to dangerous situations, confront criminals, and deal with the unexpected, all while knowing that every traffic stop, every domestic disturbance call could be their last. It's a job that requires courage, compassion, and a willingness to run towards danger, not away from it. They are the thin blue line standing between order and chaos, and they deserve our respect and gratitude for their service. When there's smoke, there's fire, and when there's fire, you call the fire department. Firefighters are the epitome of bravery, running into burning buildings when everyone else is running out. They face searing heat, toxic smoke, and the constant threat of collapsing structures, all to save lives and protect property. They are the definition of selfless service, putting their lives on the line for complete strangers. From rescuing people trapped in burning buildings to battling raging wildfires, firefighters are true heroes who deserve our utmost respect and admiration. We're ending our list with a job that's as demanding as it is dangerous: offshore oil rig work. These are the folks who work tirelessly to extract oil and gas from the depths of the ocean. Living and working on an oil rig is like being on a small city in the middle of the ocean, with the added bonus of highly flammable materials and the constant threat of explosions. They work long hours in harsh conditions, often miles from land, all to keep the world running. It's a job that requires a special breed of person, someone who's not afraid of hard work, long hours, and a little danger. So next time you fill up your tank, take a moment to think about the men and women who risk their lives every day to bring you that precious fuel. So there you have it, 10 of the most dangerous jobs in the world. These are just a few of the many professions where men and women put their lives on the line every day. These jobs may be dangerous, but they're also essential. They keep our lights on, our homes warm, our families fed, and our country running. We owe a debt of gratitude to the brave men and women who do these jobs, day in and day out. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Stay safe out there.